It's 8 p.m. The house is either dead quiet or pure chaos. Someone says something about money, the kids, a chore that never got done. You answer, they answer. Now it's you never listen versus you're always critical. One of you is the one who keeps bringing the problem up and then feels shut down. The other is the one who hears the problem as an attack and immediately starts defending. You're just running the same loop that almost every couple I worked with this year has been stuck in. I'm Dr. Amanda Pasciucco. I'm a couples therapist and a certified sex therapist. And the thing I want you to hear right now is this. The problem is what happens the second one of you feels threatened. So when your partner points out something that you did or didn't do, your nervous system doesn't hear that as feedback. It hears danger. So it pushes that threat away. You deflect. You bring up their meeting, their tone, the time they forgot something last month. From your side, it feels like self-protection. From their side, it feels like you just threw a bomb at the exact moment they were trying to tell you something that was tender to them. This is a quiet erosion and it's cumulative in your relationship. Safety is the foundation that desire actually stands on. So when you stop feeling safe, being imperfect around one another, the body starts closing off. If you're usually the one who names the problem and then watches the other person get defensive, you start to believe that you have two choices: resent them and stay quiet, or speak up and get punished for it. If you're usually the one though who hears the complaint and immediately starts building the case for why it's not your fault, I know you're not trying to be cruel, you're trying to not feel like you're the bad one here. The problem is that proving you're not the bad guy teaches your partner that when they bring you their real feelings, it's actually dangerous or unsafe emotionally to talk to you. And most people try to fix this by getting the facts straight. The second the conversation becomes about who's right, the relationship is losing. Defensiveness is a quiet killer in intimacy. Every time you focus on proving your innocence, you're telling your partner their experience of the moment doesn't matter. So there's a 3-part sequence that interrupts this loop before it owns the conversation. You do not get to defend your character until you've named the loop and owned your piece of it. As soon as you feel the heat rising, you can say something like, I feel us sliding into the blame loop right now. You're not accusing them of starting, you're simply naming what's happening in the room. And doing that pulls you both out of the fight and into observing the fight. When you can observe, then take radical ownership, this is one of the things that might feel unnatural in the beginning and actually takes some work, but something like this: I realize I've been getting defensive and I want to hear you without jumping in to protect myself. That single sentence usually drops the other person's shoulders so they can relax. So then what do we get to do? We can pivot. And we say things like, can we stop assigning blame for a minute and look at how we want to handle this differently next time? So you just moved it from me versus you to an us versus the problem situation. What that actually sounds like. They say something like, you never help with the house. The old version will be like, well, you never tell me what needs to get done. New version, I hear you're overwhelmed, and I know I've been checked out when I walk through the door. And instead of asking what you want help with, I just kind of collapse. I don't want us to keep fighting about this though. Can we look at the week together ahead and build a plan so that this doesn't come up between us? You own that you're checking out, and then you invited them to come to the side of the street that you're on. What changes when the loop finally breaks? Two different nervous systems living in the same house are never going to be friction-free, but the fights are going to get shorter and the recovery time between those fights are going to get faster. And that safety between you begins to exist and starts to come back. So when you're no longer bracing for them to attack you, your bodies both feel more open instead of constricted and blame. And that's usually when the desire that felt gone starts to show up again without anyone forcing it. If this landed, type I own this in the comments. That tells me that you're willing to take the harder seat in the next conversation instead of what you've always done. And if you're done losing whole evenings to that spiral, and you want to get the full roadmap that we use for couples who are ready to rebuild safety, click connect below. Hit like, subscribe, and the bell. I'll see you in the next one.